Hi folks, how's it going? I just received the Entertainment Weekly Fall Movie Preview issue in the mail today. This is the issue of this magazine I look forward to every year because it's tantalizing me with all the greatest stuff. I have been pretty underwhelmed by most of what I've seen so far this year. Haven't really seen a lot of movies that I would consider extraordinary or even great, just a couple really. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's coming out this fall because it looks like a lot of good stuff is coming. Although I wish they had chosen something other than the Anchorman sequel for the cover. I mean, all kinds of great movies are supposed to be coming out, and Anchorman, you know, I really didn't dig that movie too much. Anyway, since there's so many, I decided instead of talking about each one, I would just sort of narrow down the list to a few key films, some of which appeared on my most anticipated at the beginning of the year. First of all, I wanted to talk about Old Boy, which is a remake of a Korean film, I believe it is. This one is directed by Spike Lee, and Josh Brolin plays the main character, who's imprisoned by an unknown person for 20 years and then finally is released without explanation. Not in prison, he's just locked up basically in a room that resembles like a hotel room. And then he has to sort of figure out what happened and why. From what I've seen with the trailer, people who have seen the original Old Boy and know how it ends are probably pleased with the fact that they played around with sort of the setup a little bit so as not to give surprises away too early. At least that's what I gather from the trailer. Anyway, it's just not a movie. Normally I wouldn't say a remake would be, you know, super high on my list for a movie that I've already seen and liked. But I'm real curious as to how this comes out. Catching Fire, of course, is the sequel to The Hunger Games. I read all three of the books, and I really liked the second book quite a lot more than the other two. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the film of that, especially the whole climax involving the next big tournament. You know, it looks to be you know, a pretty exciting thing. It's hard to explain without telling too much about the surprises. The trailers for both of the films have been very careful not to show too much of what happens in the actual competition itself. And it's the same with Catching Fire. They didn't show like the new arena at all, which I think is a very smart move. I'm glad they're doing that. The Monuments Men. The Monuments Men is the new film directed by George Clooney. And Clooney is always an interesting guy as a director. He, of course, did a couple of really terrific movies called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind and Good Night and Good Luck. And this one I think is set during World War II or World War I. Don't know a lot about the plot, but somebody described it as like Ocean's 11. It's like a heist movie, but set during wartime. So could be interesting. Forget exactly who's in the cast, but I looked at it a couple weeks ago and it looks pretty great. So it's one that I'm looking forward to very much. Martin Scorsese's new film, The Wolf of Wall Street, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, Cal Chandler, a few other people, Matthew McConaughey. So you know, anything Scorsese does, I'm going to be interested in. They had a trailer just come out for The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which is based on a classic story. Ben Stiller is the main character, and he's also directing. I've been looking forward to this for a little while. You know, could be really cool. He seems to be inspired partly by Wes Anderson, I think, with the way he shoots this film. Kind of looks like a Wes Anderson movie a bit. Ben Stiller, of course, was one of the stars of The Royal Tenenbaums. Inside Llewyn Davis is the new Coen Brothers movie. Anything the Coen Brothers do, I'm interested in. I don't know the name of the main character, but Carey Mulligan is one of the key supporting cast members, and also John Goodman, who's been in a bunch of Coen Brothers movies. The new film by Spike Jonze called Her. It's about Joaquin Phoenix's character. He falls in love with his computer's operating system because it has a female voice and is artificially intelligent and can sort of be friends with him, or you know, he's someone you can talk to. It's like, you know, a home computer therapist or something like that. And Scarlett Johansson does the voice of the computer. Originally, Samantha Morton was supposed to do the voice, and she was actually there, I think, recording dialogue on set. But then Spike Jonze decided that Scarlett Johansson's voice would be better for the film itself. So there you go. Paul Greengrass, of course, directed a couple of Jason Bourne movies in United 93, and his new film is about Captain Phillips, who got his tanker overtaken by pirates and Tom Hanks is the main character. So yeah, that's a winner right there. David O. Russell's new film is American Hustle. I haven't seen all of David O. Russell's movies. I haven't seen the first one he did. But every other one, with the exception of I Love Huckabees, every other film that he's made has made my top 10 of the year. Flirting with Disaster, Three Kings, The Fighter, and last year Silver Linings Playbook. And he's got some great actors in this one who have been in other films of his. But the movie I'm looking forward most to seeing was a movie that could have come out last year but got delayed because they wanted the effects to look perfect, and that's Gravity, starring Sandra Bullock and George Clooney as astronauts, and the director, of course, is Alfonso Cuarón, who directed Children of Men, and so that's a very exciting picture. I'm sure that'll be great to see in IMAX. I'm definitely going to be seeing that in the biggest screen I can possibly find. So there, stuff I'm looking forward to, and of course, you know, I'm sure everyone is going to be looking forward to seeing this issue as well, and looking forward to all the great stuff that's going to be coming out between September 1st and the end of December. Also the new Hobbit movie's coming out as well. You know, I don't need to mention that because everyone knows about that, but I was surprised by how much I liked the first Hobbit movie, so I'm looking forward to this one a little bit more than I would have been ordinarily. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.